And the game of the night, and boy, it was a big one. Nets, Bucks, Game 6. KD, Giannis, raring to go. The Nets advance with a win. The Bucks are out with a loss. Early first, Giannis attacks Blake Griffin, gets the basket and gets fouled. Giannis was on fire early, still in the first. Bucks up 9. Giannis switching on Jeff Green, blows by for the layup. Bucks up 7 after the first quarter. Before the end of the half, Bucks up 8. Chris Middleton, the open 3. Middleton had 19 first-half points. Bucks up by 11 at halftime. Go to the third. Nets down 9, and Durant fakes the jumper over P.J. Tucker and knocks it down. He had 12 in the third quarter. Nets down 7. Before the end of the third, watch this. Middleton with a little trickeration there puts it back at the buzzer. Bucks up 11 heading into the fourth. Fourth quarter, up 12. Giannis drives, fouled, and gets the layup. With authority, Giannis all game. And under 7 to play, Pat Connaughton misses. Giannis with the offensive rebound, and boom, the slam, throwing it down. Bucks winning this one, 104-89, forcing a Game 7. Here was Kevin Durant after the game.
I wasn't even trying to duplicate anything. I mean, I was just trying to go out there and play each possession. I'm not trying to be a hero out there. I know we can't win a basketball game with myself, so I'm trying to let the game flow, and tonight wasn't our night.
I enjoy the game when I'm aggressive, when I can get downhill, when I can get my teammates involved, and when I play to my strength. That's when I enjoy the game the most, and that's what I try to do.
And he did what he had to do. Giannis and Chris Middleton both had 30 points and 10 rebounds yesterday, making them only the second pair of teammates to each record 30 and 10 in multiple games within a playoff series. The only other duo to do it, Kobe and Shaq, who did this with the Lakers in the 2002 Western Finals en route to their third title. Let's bring in Zach Lowe and Kendrick Perkins. And Perk, I'll start with you. What was the difference with Giannis in the game last night?
Well, he had Chris Middleton, so he could be a Robin and put all the pressure on Chris Middleton to deliver. But I thought Giannis did a great job last night of attacking downhill, not settling for jumpers, getting into the paint. I also thought Coach Budenholzer did a great job of putting Giannis at the center position, at the 5 position when spreading the floor out and letting them go to work, giving them that room to attack downhill where he had spacing. But Giannis didn't settle, and he flourished well in his role, which is a Robin, and let Chris Middleton be the Batman, and it just took a lot of pressure off of him.
Interesting flip there. And you talk about pressure, Zach, that was what everybody was doing, putting the pressure on Giannis. So what did you think about Giannis last night?
Agree with Perk. Look, Giannis is shooting 64% on twos in this series. You know what he shot in the regular season? 64%. You cut the threes, he's doing what he does, and Perk is right. They found the right balance. Giannis in transition, Middleton in the half court with Giannis screening for him, and Perk's also right about playing smaller with Giannis or P.J. Tucker at center. That lineup has been really good in this series. We might even see more of it in Game 7. Both teams are down to essentially 6 guys. I mean, we're down to the absolute bare bones of a rotation at this point.
Yeah, you think about it, it's just the injuries, everything else has really limited both teams at this point, making Game 7 to me all the more exciting. So, Perk, who wins Game 7?
Oh, I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks. I picked them in 7, and here's why, right? The Brooklyn Nets just don't have enough. And when I say that their role players consistently can't get it done. I don't believe that Jeff Green could have another big night like he did in Game 5. I don't think that Blake Griffin could go out there and get you 17 to 18 points. And Joe Harris has just been missing. You might as well put him on the back of a milk carton.
Zach, who do you have getting Game 7?
I hate agreeing with Perk. It's so fun agreeing with Perk, but I actually think Milwaukee is going to go into Brooklyn and win if I have to make a pick. But this is why Game 7 is so fun, because we know the stars are going to show up more or less. Even if they have inefficient shooting nights, they're going to put up numbers. They're going to do what they do. It's going to come down to, does Landry Shamet get you a few threes? Does Blake Griffin get you a few threes? Does Pat Connaughton get you a few buckets? It's going to come down to a couple of role players, a few shots here or there, who have big, big moments on the biggest stage. And that's why Game 7 is so fun, because this series has been a war. It's been all defense. It's been ugly. And if the margin is that thin, it's going to come down to a bunch of little things, and that's why Game 7 is always so fun.
It has been everything it was billed to be. We knew it might go the distance, and now it has. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.